how to start your investment journey and how did I do it. Today I'm answering those two questions and also diving deep into how you can ensure you start your investment journey or your journey to financial freedom in the right proper manner. Please do ensure subscribe to my YouTube channel, click on the notification bell and like this video. So let's get into it. Hello there, I'm Ivan Sambo and welcome to my channel. On this channel we talk about everything personal finance, self-development and law. Today we're diving deep into how to start your investment journey and how did I do it. So before I get into those two questions, very important to know that this video is not financial advice and does not seek to serve as such. So if you're looking for any financial advice, please speak to anyone who is registered and can provide you with such information. So let's get to how I got into investing. One thing I have to share is my background story and how I dealt with money and how I came into this idea of wanting to invest at a young age. So growing up, my mother never had the privilege of providing financial literacy or financial education, how to deal with money to me. But I had to learn by myself by noticing how she dealt with money and how she interacted with money. And as a child, I was always curious about the relationship people have with money at a young age. So that was the thing I was gifted with, the interaction of people with money and people to people about money. So that's the thing I've noticed from a young age. And my mother growing up always struggled with managing it, but never struggled with getting it. I hope that makes sense. Like, she always had an idea of how to get money. Like, she always had it and she always knew how to get it. But the problem was when she had it, how to manage it. That was a problem. And I always noted, like, she's a woman that's really smart in knowing how to get money. She always had a plan of getting money. Even to this day, like, she's one of the ones who's entrepreneurial, think on her feet, know how to get money, know how to start a business, see a business opportunity. But the problem comes when she has the money and how to manage it. That was a problem. That was the biggest problem growing up. So I always noticed that. So it made me curious to understand the relationship people have with money and the relationship we have amongst each other about money. So that's a little bit of a background story about how I grew interest into money. But moving forward and having that interest, understanding money and managing it, I went to a point of answering that I reached a point of where I understood that the relationship we have with money and the relationship we have amongst each other as people about money was deeply founded on the idea of planning. And when I wanted to look into ways to save and to invest, I realized that the cornerstone of going into investing and going to saving was planning. And that's the thing that I did and how I went into investing, was that planning is the foundation of investing. So when I talk about planning, I'm talking about in two aspects. The first aspect is your life goals, your life achievements, what you want for yourself in life. And your goals, what you want yourself, whether it be your career, your house, whatever goal you have for yourself, there must be a financial plan and financial goal to go hand in hand with it. So that's the first thing I realized on my journey to investment, that whatever thing I want to invest on, it must align with my goals. So I can create a financial goal for it. My life goals, my career goals, my academic goals, they must have a financial goal going hand in hand. Because money, let's be honest, money makes the world go around. Let's be honest. Let's stop being all woke about this issue. End of the day, money makes the world go around. End of the deal. Let's not repeat that. End of it. So I had to understand that and make peace with that money makes the world go around. And whatever thing I want in life, money will be part of it. So I need to plan my money. Even if I don't know what money I will get in the next 5 years, but I must sit right now as Ivan Sambo, planning for the next 5 years. Say, if I want to be this particular person in the next 5 years, how will I raise money to be it? And how will I ensure that if I want to be in this particular job, will that job give me the financial means to reach the particular goal that I have in the next 10 years while studying it now at 5 in this particular goal, in this particular situation. So that was a key thing that I needed to learn before I went into investing. And also talking about planning, it was really important that the planning side of my life go hand in hand with my financial goals and my financial aspiration and my financial freedom that I want, my financial independence that I want. So planning was important before I started investing. And when I looked into investing, I said I had this idea saying I cannot go into investing without ensuring that I'm protected right now. So saving and understanding saving was the second important thing. So number one was planning. I had to create a financial plan for myself that fits in with my life plan. So after that, I had to have savings. I had to understand saving and how saving important. I know a lot of us, even myself, at one point of my life, I fell victim to rich dad poor dad and how they demonize saving. So I was also a product of that at one point in my life. I had to like unlearn that because rich dad poor dad really made me think saving saving was not for me, saving was for the poor, all of that. But I had to understand that savings really is important when you're in your journey to investing. So that's the thing also. You have to understand saving and you have to have saving tools and method that tailor made for you. That's why I always advocate for the 10% rule because I think that's the most workable one for any situation that you may be in. So I had to implement saving mechanism. I had to like start with an emergency fund, and when I had my emergency fund, then I had to move into investing. So that was the thing. Well, that my financial plan is secured. I have my financial plan that links into my life plan. I have to understand saving, and I have to understand that I must protect myself right now. And saving is short term, meaning I'm protecting myself right now. Whatever happened for me right now, I have saving mechanism to protect me. And my savings at that time was for me saying, if whatever happened, I need to use money for emergency whatsoever. Because I remember I'm a firstborn of 5 siblings. So black tax is high on me. So whatever happened, whatever situation that may arise, I wanted to have financial security that will step in. And that's why I had my emergency starting at that young age. So going on and understood saving. So when I had my life plan sorted, I had my savings and understanding of what savings is and how it works and how I can use it sorted. I then had to like what type of a person I am. My lifestyle. I had to take my lifestyle into consideration before I even start investing. My lifestyle and understand myself. And when I did that, I gave myself time to even grasp the type of investor I am and the type of risk I can take. Because it's important to understand yourself. Because we kind of separate the human in investing. You cannot separate the human in investing. There's you are there in your investment journey. So I had to understand what type of investor I am, what type of risk I'm willing to take, and also doing that allows me to understand what asset class do I want to invest in, what investment mechanism or vehicle do I want to use. Do I want to go to bond, do I want to go to shares, do I want to go to property, do I want to go to agriculture? What tool do I want to start with? And in order to understand that, I had to understand myself and the type of person I am. I really think that is so important to do, to understand yourself as a person. And then when you do that, you'll understand the type of investor you are and the type of risk you're willing to take. And also that will link you to understand the type of assets you want to invest in, either bond, shares, property, whatsoever. That's the thing I needed to do. And it's so important to do that. I cannot emphasize that too much. It's so important to look at yourself, understand the value you bring into the table as a person. And whilst I did that, I understood that, okay, I'm this type of person. I love taking risks, but I'm also don't want to take too many risks. I can just classify myself as a conservative investor. I do love aggressive ETF, but that's a video for another day. The first investment I did was a bond. I bought myself a bond, a retail savings bond at Matulu post office. I bought myself a bond there. That was the first investment I ever made. No, that bond was like actually 1,000 Rand, and that was the first investment I ever made. That was the first one. I bought myself a bond, a retail savings bond at a post office. That was the first investment I did because I understood that aspect of it. That same number one, what my life plan is. How can I link my life plan with my financial plan? Because they have to go hand in hand. You cannot be talking about yourself saying, in the next 5 years, it's just an example, in the next 5 years, I want to be a general manager in this particular company that I'm working in right now. And then if in your financial plan you say, I want to make 3 million rand within the next 5 years, but the salary of a general manager in a company doesn't even reach 100,000 rand, and you have no other streams of income, but you're saying in the next 5 years you want to make half a million or 3 million rand, or whatever example I made before, but doesn't make sense, you see. So you have to sit down and say, in the next 5 years, I want to be a general manager in my company. Okay, general manager earns a particular amount of money, but also at the same time, in the next 5 years, I want to have 3 million rand. How can I ensure I reach 3 million rand while not harming this goal of mine? Not going to get so many active income that I don't have time to focus on getting to that goal of being a general manager, because I'm working overtime, I'm doing this and doing, I'm trading, I'm doing that on 2 3. So I don't like, how can I do that? So that's the thing. You sit down and say, I'll be a general manager in the next 5 years, but I also want to have 3 million rand in the next 5 years. How do I link those two? At the same time, how do I ensure I get passive income too, so that in the next 5 years I reach my 3 million rand goal? You see, that's the thing that you have to do. You sit down, you plan, and when you invest, you say, I want to invest into bond. My next invest into bond. How do I link? How can I put that in my investment plan? My investment plan into my financial plan for the next 5 years. How does it work? And if I do put that, what other income stream will protect me in the duration of this 5 years goal to ensure that I do not touch that investment? What other mechanism are going to protect me? So that's the thing you have to look into, and that's how I did it. I'm not saying I'm a master of it. No, I'm just saying this is my life story. That's how I do it. So really, really is important to do those things. There's more I can get into it, like also your lifestyle. Lifestyle also come into play when you talk about investment. So your lifestyle must also take your lifestyle and say, how can I maintain my lifestyle and not ensure that in my journey to financial freedom, my lifestyle, I'm sacrificing it? No, you need to find a balance between the two things, because you cannot sacrifice being you. You cannot sacrifice yourself and what you want, because remember, you're living in the present and you must enjoy the present as much as you are planning for tomorrow. So that's the thing that you also must take into account, and when and how you're going to invest. So that's the thing. But I think if you do it like that, if you want to do it like that, it will really be helpful in understanding your type of investor that you are, and also the type of assets you want to invest in, and also your financial plans and how they must link to your financial goals, and also your savings, how your saving must be there. And also, it's important to watch my previous video that I titled Saving versus Investing, so you can understand the differences between the two things. So thank you so much for watching my video. I am Ivan Sambo, your student investor.